If there's anything that I've learned from this year, it's that life often doesn't operate on our schedule. We get caught up in our own plans for what it is that we want to do, and we make grand designs for what it is we want from our lives. And when life predictably comes along and throws a spanner in the works, we get confused by that because we spend so much of our time presuming that life is a matter of just being prepared and planning ahead for what difficulty will come your way. And while, of course, there is truth to that, and that the more you prepare yourself with positive habits and you just generally strengthen your life, the more capable you'll be when difficulty comes. It's been very important for me to recognize this year that you can't always be prepared for what life will throw in your direction. There will be challenges and there will be obstacles you face that you've never faced before, and more saliently, that you've never ever seen coming, you've never predicted would happen to you of all people. And when that happens, it's so important to keep in mind and remind yourself you don't have to be up to every challenge straight away. You can feel weak and not have to do anything about that. There are times in your life where you will feel weaker than you've ever felt before, and that you won't have the answers you wish you had. And that's completely fine. When these periods in your life where you feel lost, or you feel as though you don't know what to do with yourself, or you feel like some great challenge has come to you out of nowhere, that you just remain patient with yourself. That's the most important lesson that I have taken on board for myself this year, that you can't always be prepared. And when life throws in your direction a new challenge that you've never faced before, the only thing you can do is be strong enough just to get through each day and live long enough to know what comes on the other side of it. In order to attain strength within yourself and become the person you want to be, you need to be the total opposite of it sometimes. If you want to be a strong person who can handle trouble and difficulty in their lives, then you will almost certainly be, at some point or another, a weak person who capitulated and made the wrong decision in a time where they needed to do something else. I've done a lot of growing up this year, and I've had to do that. Amidst that character arc that I've seen myself go through, I've noticed just how critical it has been for me to take on board that I don't always need to have the answers. And more still, that if you expect yourself constantly to know what's coming and to be able to plan for what life has in store for you, you're going to be sorely disappointed, because that's not the way life works. There has been many a thing that has happened to me that I never saw coming, and you can't prepare for that. We all need to learn to be humble enough to know that life is greater than we are as one individual, and that life has far more tools and is generally more powerful than our plans are and our intentions are. And that's fine. You don't have to fight that. You shouldn't fight that. Instead, be open to it. Accept that life has its strange ways of working out your story, and things do tend to, so long as you're willing not to fight and rather just to endure, life tends to go the way you want it to go. You will become more formidable and you will become more capable when you stop choosing to fight the battles that you can't win. There is no use exerting all of your resource towards wondering what you could do in order to prevent X, Y, and Z from happening, or what you could have done to prevent X, Y, and Z from happening. These are futile arguments and wastes of your resources. And if there's anything that I'd like you to take away from this video, it is exactly that. You don't need to have the answers for everything that comes your way, and oftentimes you won't. The first time you face a particular difficulty in your life, you shouldn't expect to have the answers for that, because you've never been there before. You've never come to this point in your life. This challenge is new and novel. The best thing you can do is be open to just working through the pain, being there and just getting through the days. There are some times in our lives where we have to just accept that things are hard and that days are not happy. And the more we fight that, the worse it becomes. I have learnt very quickly, in the grand scheme of things, that the more fight I put up against life, the more pain I put myself through. So with that being said, if you're going through a difficult period of your life and things aren't going the way you want them to go, then just hang in. and don't expect yourself to have all of the answers or to perform as well as maybe you once did. Get through this difficult period, and there's some strange event that occurs in which you just find yourself bestowed the knowledge of that time. You get past the difficulty and you have learned. You find things that you just sort of came across at some point or another. And that's a good feeling. And it's one that I would highly recommend you sticking around for. See you in a bit.